This is a different type of podcast. In fact, it is called the Fireside Chat. Welcome, everyone, to the Fireside Chat, where we recap all things TDSG episode 9 today. Which I know we say it every episode, but, this is 9. We have 4 episodes left after this one.
I can't believe it, dude.
Just 4. The finale is around the corner. We have our final 6, I want to say. Yeah, we have our final 6, so we're almost done. It's really weird.
But, it is.
Yeah, I'm your host, Edwin Voorhees, joined today, as always, by Chef Michi.
Hello.
Excuse me. We are going to... Excusez-moi. Let's just get straight into it today. It is the Death Dome. Anyone who knows the Minecraft Survivor sort of thing that I do, there's always got to be a Death Dome. And right now it's no different. So we've seen it a few times throughout the season already, but this is the Maxi Challenge, the main challenge version, in which we need to get into some of this behind-the-scenes tea because, certain strategies that are not, that were, condemned were taking place and led to someone winning. So let's start out with...
I have to tell you that looking at it after the fact, I am still shocked that Gabe got away with not doing anything for so much of that challenge. Because I was up in the control room. I could not see Jack
exactly. Yeah, you were the one flipping the levers, and I saw it. That's why at one point you see me walk up to him, because I was like, okay, Lauren had a good position where she was trying to do the same thing, but some of the mobs that were spawning were automatically targeting her, whereas Gabe was far enough where they couldn't lock onto him. And
no, they couldn't at all. It was really funny because the more we spawned mobs in, the less they targeted other people. They were kind of going toward Lauren and others.
Yeah,
it wasn't just specifically Lauren.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, of the two between Gabe and Lauren, they were targeting Lauren more. But obviously, our campers who were playing the way as intended, all died first. So, props to them. I did say, and I left it in at the beginning, I said no hiding. And I guess that, hiding was a bad term, but I meant, don't do what Gabe did. And then Gabe did it anyway, but, what am I gonna do? So...
I mean, in the heat of the moment, I think the only one who truly noticed that this was going on was you.
Yeah, because...
I didn't notice it at all. Like I said, I was up in the control room, and I was also dealing with, who trying to just overpower me in most things.
So, it was just a... It was a challenge. I think that's the best way to put it. I mean, it was good. I mean, it's a staple of every TDSG type series that we do, Survivor, but it's very easy to just hide in a corner and not fight. And while I think the concept is one of the best of having just this all-out PvE brawl, it then stands to question that if this is the strategy that wins, how entertaining is the gameplay going to be? Because Gabe won the Death Dome in Hydrate or Dihydrate by doing the exact same thing. And the winner of... I can't remember the Death Dome in Jax vs. Jokers. Oh, no, I can. Lauren won that one by doing this exact same thing. And then we had the one we did in season 1. I can't remember who won, but they did the exact same thing. So that brings us into the shop, the shop was the new thing with like the items being handed out. I like
Yeah.
that idea. I'm not sure if you liked it, how you felt about it, but
Oh no, I honestly did, because I felt like it was a good way for us to refresh them and to give them like an option to try and fight their way to stay in there longer.
right, exactly.
Because I do think that the gear that we did provide them in the meantime did really help them last a couple more rounds for quite a few of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But it's like there's not a lot we can say about the Death Dome, but at the same time there's a lot we can say.
Right, exactly.
Because so much went on and so much happened. And I have to say that the only thing that wasn't super instant karma, sorry, in that was Gabe, because he literally helped Lauren,
Yep.
buffed up Lauren
Mm-hmm.
until he won.
Yep. Yeah, and that was the whole point of the shop, was we knew that there would be the people who would just try to stand back and take no heat. And so it was supposed to be like, hey, if you actually did take heat, you got the mob drops, and therefore you have been rewarded and can get stronger equipment to out-survive the people who just stood there and didn't get any. And,
Yeah,
well,
that was the point.
and then it meant nothing. So I also think maybe we had a little bit of some complexities, because I think we did good scaling wise, having some
We
like breaks here and there. I think we did a really good job. The Vindicators, like the Pillagers, with strength 1 might have been a bit too far, but
I mean, it was near the end, so
right.
it was honestly totally fair. Because at that point, we are trying to narrow it down as fast as we can, because we, as much as we are actually prepared for unlimited mode, we'd rather not go to unlimited mode.
Right, exactly. So it's what it came to. We have to with every challenge you learn something new with like production wise, and this time we really tried to deter the strategy of hide, wait, win. But I guess no matter what we do, we just throw that. So, or it still works. So if we
sorry, I'm interrupting.
No, go ahead.
Because we also need to consider that this person that was doing this, like standing by and doing nothing, was a part of the big alliance who also had some people that could basically just like not spoil them what to do, but be like not poke them into joining.
Right. Yeah, I think I don't know. I think next season, if we do a Death Dome again, I think we would need to be like, we are just going to eliminate you if you don't fight. I think that's just might be what it has to come to. So,
and we might have to review the footage post filming just to make sure that the right person went home.
Right. True, because we don't want to go back and look. I mean, well, the other problem was I was the only set of eyes on this. So if we have more, then that's good too. But I don't know. It might also be smarter to shrink the size of the Death Dome if we do it again. So that way,
just to be able to see them from bird's eye view. That's also fair.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what it comes to. But at the end of the day, Gabe does the normal strategy and wins. And I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So props for breaking the game
again.
So but I mean, he knew what he was doing. It's not like it was against the rules or anything. It was just he was there to win and he won. So yeah. I can't be mad. But I don't know, we had a fun showing with everything. But
we did. We laughed a lot. A lot of us also, when certain people went down, we're like, no!
Yeah.
Because we were rooting for them. Like, Pixel being the first one to go.
I felt bad because I was like, because I think Pixel went first during the Gungerheims and the Death Dome. I was like, oh no, I hope they don't go first again.
And they did, and it
Yeah.
sucks to see Pixel go first. Because Pixel was very proactive, very in their face.
Right, exactly.
Throughout all of this,
Fighting.
Pixel was incredible.
Yeah,
And present.
Pixel was like, all right, I'm actually gonna fight and do what I'm supposed to do, and I don't know. So it goes to show that like sometimes doing what you're supposed to do is not right. I guess don't let that be the takeaway. I don't know what I'm trying to say there, but yeah. So I felt bad on that end. Also, I wasn't sure how the dogs were gonna fare. There's a command that you can spawn the dogs angry, and so we had it like that. I don't know why that didn't work, but we ran into that technical difficulty.
I mean, they did attack you.
Me, yeah. So
that was funny.
Yeah, and then I died, and I was like, all right, I got eliminated from the death dome. I got gungered.
You got gungered.
Yeah, that's another
Also,
thing.
the slowly moving away Gunger from
the boat. Yeah. No,
that was so funny.
I'm literally working on episode 10 right now, and we're still making Gungry jokes. So, well, I guess it was the same recording because we recorded Death Dome same episode as this one. So, yeah. If you see me in the same shirt, I swear.
I left before Tribal Council.
Yeah.
I don't remember. I think it's because I had to go to sleep or something. I don't remember. I was dealing with a lot at the time.
yeah. And plus, it didn't help that we were in daylight savings here. So.
Oh yeah, and everything's an hour later for me.
Yep. So we were a little bit off time wise, but I think I'm trying to think of just like the core things that happened. This is the first time that we showed the base that Gabe, Dylan, Lauren, and Jacob had built. That kind of underground base with Toad's head from the Fetch game in the corner. Very nice, and I try to show as much of the camp, and I think I show everything throughout the series. It's hard because people go off and build their own things, and did you even know that base was there?
It felt like when I was in Hydrate or Dihydrate, because this is personal experience.
That's a good point.
In here, where I was spelunking a little bit too hard, and then I found their secret base, and it was it's a repeated strategy with this alliance.
Yes, it is.
They make a secret base hidden, so they can resource hog there.
Right. Yeah.
And not above in the map and share with everybody else.
Yeah. So.
And share with the class.
Yeah, because in Hydrate or Dihydrate, I don't know if they made.
They did. It was between the mountains.
Yeah, it was between the mountains because I was gonna say I don't know if it was one of the original camps, but it wasn't. They like dug a hole.
They dug a hole in the mountain that divided both camps.
Yeah, that's right. It was in between both camps, so they had their own space, and I think even Aline became a resident of that place at one point.
Yeah, she
yeah, so and then here again it's showing that same degree of separation. So we had
it's like them versus the rest of the players essentially.
Right. That's why this next episode, I'm just gonna spoil the name of it, is called The Feud That Never Ends, because the lines are in the sand. On one side we have Lauren, Gabe, Dylan, and that's it, and on the other side we have Edgy, Pixel, Felix, Nugs. Yes. So 4-3, and Gabe has Camp Counselor and Vulnerability, which brings us into Tribal Council. We kind of blasted. I feel like with a lot of these later episodes, the productions
it's gonna be shorter.
Right. All of these episodes were recorded in not as much time. Like they took half the time to record. And secondly, it's at this point we're just in the train of eliminating players. everyone knows their bonds, and I feel like TDSG would be very different, and we would need to allow more time if everyone was like complete strangers. So maybe for like season 2, but I don't think it would have mattered, and it hasn't, because we literally did have month periods between filmings of episodes. It would not matter how much time you put in between episodes. It was still always going to be Pixel Nugs, Edgy Felix versus Lauren, Gabe, Dylan.
Yeah.
There was. It's kind of like when you watch other reality shows and like Survivor and Big Brother. Everyone's strangers, and the lines are constantly changing based off of the games. But everyone here, it's like 2 friend groups versus each other, and no one's going to eliminate their friends. They all have a deal to get to the finals. So whoever gets to the finals gets there. So we'll have to see who it is. But for now, let's talk about today's Campfire Council.
Ha 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 ha!
So,
when you told me, I think it was through text, because I tried to look through it in our Discord DMs. When you told me who went home, I lost my goddamn mind.
Okay, so let's get into this, because this elimination completely changes the course of the game. And I say that not because I'm like, ooh, things might have been different. If this advantage did not happen the way that it would have happened, Lauren wins the game. 1000%. She had 3 advantages. 2 that kept her safe. She was the most stacked player. No one else had anything. She had the most camp counselor wins. She was just blazing the competition. If she made it to the end, and I don't want to draw speculation on, like, in a jury vote who people would have voted on, but if I had to put my money down on who everyone would have voted for between Lauren, Gabe, and Dylan, if they got to the end, 1000% would have been Lauren. Maybe I'm wrong on that, but like, I don't see any world where it wasn't going to be Lauren. So,
no, I agree, because it would have been very hard,
right,
for you and I to have picked anyone else, considering the way that Lauren was playing the game.
Right.
Even though we obviously didn't agree with some of the decisions Lauren made, but that is par for the course. That is exactly how you work it. You play the game your way. That was part of the experiment.
Yep. And I think what's just really interesting, maybe I shouldn't say Lauren would have won 1000%, because what it would have come down to is, if anything else rolled, Lauren would have been safe, and Felix would have gone home this episode. But
yeah, because she had the extra vote.
Yeah, and what would have happened is the next episode, like episode 10, would have been a 3-3 tie with Edgy Pixel Nugs voting for someone, and then Lauren, Gabe, and Dylan voting for someone else, unless they were able to save one of the idols. It's a whole thing. Like, how would that have happened? So it would have come down to a tie, and they would have had to go to a tiebreaker, which is random chance. So it's all speculation, but at that point, if Lauren on her advantage rolled a 2 or higher, she would have been the most locked in to win the game, for sure.
Yeah.
But as we see with the gambler's fallacy, it's why it's called that, if she rolled a 1, she was automatically eliminated from the competition. And what did she roll?
A 1.
A 1. I almost knew when she said she was gonna use that. I was like, oh, this is. I can already see how this is gonna end. So
Like you were like, I see the writing on the wall.
yeah, I definitely saw it. So I will say I have to give my absolute props to Lauren. Very dominant in this entire game. Controlled much of the game, and I yeah, it was just luck of the draw that went wrong. So
It was hilarious. It was dramatic. It was everything we wanted it to be and more.
I will say Lauren is now 3 for 3 on never being voted out of the competition.
That's true. Every single time Lauren's eliminated is because of something else.
Yep. So
Or because she doesn't win.
right, exactly. So I feel bad. So no one's writing down her name anywhere. So neither to win nor lose. So that's still a good feat, and hopefully in the future. I think we've both said this secretly, but like to all of our viewers who love Lauren as much as we do, next season we're forcing a lot of our casuals to take a break, go get that beauty rest, because
a lot of our repeats.
Yeah.
Or 3-peats in the case of Lauren.
Right, exactly.
To take a break.
We don't have any 4-peats.
No, isn't Lauren a 4-peat?
No, she's a 3-peat. She was not in season 1.
Okay.
Yep.
Then, yeah.
But we may have. So next season, we're thinking about having some repeats, not from TDSG though, but maybe from TDSG. If so, it'd be only like a certain amount of people. No one in like this final round of campers, but. Yeah. So that's the thing. Watch out for the end of the season when we probably open applications. Then we'll keep you updated. But
yeah. I'm still shocked. Like I swear, I hadn't seen it play out. You just gave me like the play-by-play. I think it was like a voice memo or something, and I was just like,
yeah. It's a whole different ball game right
Pearl
now.
Clutch.
Because now, I mean, I don't need to be a, I don't know what the term is, but like, I don't need to spell it out for anyone. It's now on that side of things, Gabe and Dylan, and guess what Gabe and Dylan have? Lauren's idols. So they're safe for at least one round, which means, well, unless things change, but in what I mean is like in hypotheticals, they should be safe for another round. But we've seen advantages be misused so much so far, so
or not used and go wrong.
Right, exactly. So yeah, you'll just have to see if they can play the cards right for once this season, and yeah, if they do, we might see some shots being taken at the other side. If not, we might just see the downfall of the other side. So that leads us into our final 6. Let us know, for those of you who watch the Fireside chat, I usually ask Michi, who are you thinking is going to win? I'm going to ask all of you at home, who do you think is currently on set? Because right now I think the predominant answer would have been Lauren, based off of her many wins and all of that. We still had our strong contenders in mind, but yeah, let us know who you think is going to make it.
Look at that. Controversial. Lauren didn't make it.
Yeah.
Lauren's not our winner.
Nope.
It's anybody's game right now.
It really is. So let us know in the comments below who do you think is going to win. I think at this point, I'm going to be so for real. At this point, I was like, I don't know who's going to win, honestly. Because it's really anyone's game. And
I think at that point, even with Pixel being eliminated first, in my head, I was like,
oh, in the death dome?
Damn, Pixel. Yeah.
Okay. I was like, what? Are we
Like, even with
spoiling
Pixel
things? Yeah.
no, like, even with Pixel being eliminated first into the Death Dome, my head was just like, "Damn, I want Pixel to win."
Yeah, exactly.
That was, like, the moment where I remember thinking, "I want Pixel to win."
Well, exactly, because it's moments like that, once you see someone lose, where you're like, oh, wait, I'm actually rooting for you. It's when you get that, like, feeling in your chest, like, oh, shit, I'm rooting for you. So,
Like, "Oh, wait, hold the phone!
I will
I'm
say,
rooting for this person."
and I mean this as no offense to Dylan whatsoever. I think at this point in the final 6, the only person I would have been upset seeing win as a host was Dylan, because Dylan had missed 3 episodes, and as you'll see,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
not here for
100%.
the next one because we
And it's
recorded
like,
together.
he missed so many episodes, and yet he's still this far into the game.
Right. And he did say that he was going to have recording problems. So that's why I say it's like no offense to him. He let us know when he couldn't make it. And I think he was at work for this episode. But no, he was. And, you know, we're lenient. But 4 episodes
We're very
being
lenient and
missed.
flexible, but, like, considering the circumstances and the stakes that were building up until this point, it really wasn't fair to everybody else
Right,
that
exactly.
he stayed this long into the competition when we had other people that showed up week for week.
Right.
Also, it wasn't exactly fair that, you know, Gabe won Death Dome by just standing in the background, but...
Controversy. That's going to be the title of this. Edwin and Michi stir the pot or something. Stir controversy. Because, I mean, it really is the rules... unconventional means of winning, but winning nonetheless. So, hey, I'm just here to host a show. I never said I'm gonna enforce rules. What? No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you did enforce the Elytra rule, I will be honest.
True. That is very true. But yeah, that is it for episode 8. Next week's Fireside Chat, we honestly, I'm going to be so for real with everyone, and I don't want to make it sound like, I don't want everyone to think that episodes are going to become shorter. Next week's episode is probably going to be 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Usually we try to aim for 40 to 50. I just can't fit anything into this episode. Like, how we recorded across a 3-hour session, and the Death Dome took 2 hours to record, whereas this episode took 1 hour. And a lot of it is just fluff. So I'm trying to boost our time up there as much as possible, but it'll probably be a shorter episode next week, and then a shorter episode for Fireside Chat. So give yourself a little break, have like a little mini episode, and then episodes 11, 12, 13 should be normal, full force. Definitely 13. That's the finale. So, yeah.
Man, wait, isn't the episode with the thing
the one we're both excited for?
Yeah.
That's episode 11. Next week is next week's I'm trying to think of the word for it. An endurance challenge, if you will.
Oh my god, yes.
And then
the one where I teased him with the Venga Boys song.
yeah. Next week's endurance challenge.
I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, next week's endurance challenge is it has a funny name, he. And then after that, we have a very amazing episode that we're all looking forward to. So we'll talk more about that then. But for now,
I know that I really hope that people are excited about the episode that you're not both.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. I'm also just realizing right now that episode 12 and 10 might be a shorter one, just like episode 10. But we try. We're gonna work on balance. But for now, this has been episode 9 of the Fireside Chat. Mm-hmm. We will be back, as always, next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Time, where we will be recapping the Totally Dramatic Survival Games episode 10. And of course, you can watch episode 10 here on this YouTube channel. Monday at 5 p.m. Eastern time.
Yeah.
So stay tuned.
See you then.
Yeah. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.